belly as you're breathing in. Feel the energy rise up through the front, the torso, going up the collarbone area. As you exhale, just emptying from the top down. And as the breath comes in and you're kind of pressing out through the belly and the lower ribs and the collarbone area, take it into the back of the body as well. Just tacking that Ujjayi breath right onto that three-part Dirga breath. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. You can set an intention for yourself in the heart. Make a little offering of blessing for somebody else in the center of the palms. And just adding to our community offering of blessing to the whole planet, the oneness of all of us here. The oneness of the human race, the oneness of the planet Earth, the oneness of the solar system, the oneness of our galaxy and universe. All things pulsating in a rhythm of existence. Different expressions of life. We'll open with one Om, full breath in. And open your eyes, releasing the hands. Come on up into downward facing dog. So rooting down through the arms and the hands. The ball of the feet, just pedaling out the feet. Just keeping the Ujjayi breath, letting that Dirga breath fade off. Just finding some organic movements in the basic pose, downward dog. And just making your own way, maybe pedaling the feet, bending one knee then the other, or maybe bending both knees and straightening them. Just finding a little warm up in this pose of downward dog. Maybe even coming forward to high push-up, pressing up and back downward dog. Just feeling the body and the energy moving through it. And just come to a nice, strong, steady downward dog. Pressing down through the heels, lifting up through the thighs, lifting the pelvic floor, toning the low belly, creating that somewhat of a cat round in the low back, that cobra action in the heart, let the head hang heavy. On the inhale, come forward to high push-up. Coming down through low push-up, dropping the knees if you like. Inhaling to cobra. Looking up over the left shoulder. On the exhale, on the inhale, coming center, exhaling up the other side. And then just moving with your breath, a little drunken cobra. And as you feel the heat move through the body, maybe you can peel up just a bit more. The side of the pelvis, the side of the torso coming up. The next time you're coming down from the right side, tuck the toes, take it up and back, downward dog. Lift the right leg up nice and high. Bend the leg over the back of the body, circling the ankle, going a few times one way and a few times the other way. Keeping the shoulders square to the front of the mat. Head lined up behind, between the arms. Kick the right leg up straight. Step it forward to the top of the mat. On the inhale, sweep the arms up for high lunge. Powering it up. Push down through the front heel. There's that pelvic floor lift, the low belly tone, creating that little cat round, and then lifting up through the heart, lifting up the chin, curling back a bit, Pushing down, that front heel pushes down and forward. If you lift the digits of the toes, the ball of the foot roots. Feeling how it transfers energy through the quads and the hamstrings. Full breath in. On the exhale, bring the left hand down for the twist. The right arm goes up vertical. Powering up the legs. The feet traction isometrically together. Low belly's pulling in. The left shoulder head rolls back as we open up that right side. Full breath in. On the exhale, take it down through low push-up, moving how it's beneficial for your body. Maybe nice and slow like me. Maybe you're moving a little quicker, coming up through cobra, maybe even up dog. Exhaling back, downward dog. Lift the left leg up. Bend it over the back of the body, circling the ankle. Square the shoulders, power up the arms, circle it the other way. Kick the left leg up straight, step it on forward, powering up the legs. Inhale up, high lunge. Holding steady, really rooting the foot, powering up the legs. Pelvic floor lifts, low belly tones, little cat round, little cobra action. Curl back. Full breath in. On the exhale, the right hand comes down. Left arm stays up, nice and vertical. Pelvis squares to the ceiling. Right shoulder head rolls back. Pelvic floor, low belly stay active, resisting the twist from the legs, but opening the twist from the upper ribs, the shoulder girdle. Full breath in. On the exhale, bring it on down through your low push-up. Being kind to the shoulders. Inhaling through cobra or up dog. Exhaling on back, either downward dog or child's pose. Just taking a pause. The child's pose has that tamasic pause. Downward dog holds steady in that rajasic energy. Look forward, bend the knees. On your inhale, walk, step, or jump it forward to the top of the mat. On the exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it right up to tall mound, the reach up. Give a gentle curl back. Root through the heels, lift through the heart, tone the thighs. And as you go back into this back extension, think cat round in the low back. Creating space for those lumbar vertebrae. Inhale up, center, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, come down, tippy toe squat. Take the arms up overhead. Breathing into find the balance. Lifting the pelvic floor. There's a little cat round, little cobra action meeting at the torso. A stretch up with the fingertips. A drop down of the armpits. On the exhale, bring the hands down so the palms line up with the toes. Lean forward. Maybe you'll do a step back to low push-up. Maybe a shoot back. Maybe just one leg back at a time. Come on down through the low push-up. Inhaling cobra or up dog. Exhaling on back, downward dog. Lift the right leg up high, bend it over the back of the body. Give it a good stretch over to the left, maybe even straighten the knee. Push down through the right arm, like really lean weight into that right hand. Look over the left shoulder. Press through the left heel. You reach with the right leg. Kick the leg straight up behind you. Step it forward to the top of the mat. Sweep the arms up overhead. Holding steady. Grabbing the left wrist with your arm up and over to the right. Keep the legs nice and strong and steady. Take the heart down to the right knee, straight up the midline. Over to the right, down to the knee, straight up the midline. One more time, over to the right, down to the knee, straight up the midline. We'll go reverse. Down to the knee, over to the right. So still going to the right, just reversing the semicircle. Down, around, and up. Last time. Down, around, and up. Hands to the heart. Drop your left heel in and down to the midline. Come into reverse warrior. Reaching that left arm down, right arm up. Push down through the right heel, really feeling the security of those right hamstrings. Supporting that femur bone. On your inhale, come to warrior two. Clasp the hands behind the back. Lift up through the heart, extend through the shoulders, come down to the inside of the right leg. If it's too much on the shoulders for the shoulder extension, place the hands on the back of the pelvis. Draw the arm bones back. Just being mindful. Push down through the right heel, keep the back leg powered up, lift the pelvic floor, tone the low belly, create cobra action in the heart. Chin is coming forward. Full breath in. On the exhale, release the hands to frame the front foot. Step back, downward dog. Lift that right leg back up in the air. Power it up and float it on down. Inhale forward to high push-up. You can stay right here in high push-up for a breath or two or take it through the vinyasa. I'm going to protect my shoulders today. I'm going to stay up in high push-up, but feel free to take it through. We'll all meet back in downward dog. Lifting the left leg up nice and high. Bend it over the back of the body. Push down through the left arm. Take the weight of your body to the left as you stretch that left leg over to the right. Press the right heel down. Look over the right shoulder. Maybe the left leg straightens out. Keep the weight in that left arm. Breathing into it. Feel the opening in that left front of the hip. And kick the leg up straight back behind you. Step it on forward to the top of the mat. Power up the legs. Inhale up, high lunge. Really power it up. Create a little cobra action. Bump down. A little cobra action. Grabbing hold of your right wrist. Arc up and over to the left. Feel the stretch, and we'll go heart down to the knee. Straight up the midline. Over to the left. Down to the knee. Straight up the midline. One more time. Over to the left. Down to the knee. Straight up, and we'll reverse. Down to the knee. Over to the left and up. Down to the knee. Over and up. Down, over, up. Holding steady. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. The back heel drops in and down. Right hand goes to the back leg. Left arm goes up for reverse warrior. Just breathing into it. Powering up the legs. The left heel pushes down and kind of forward. The ball of the foot roots. The back thigh is strong and steady. On the inhale, come through warrior two. Clasp the hands behind the back or place the hands on the back of the pelvis. Head of the arm bones go back. Bend to the inside of that left leg. Maybe there's a shoulder extension. Repower up the back leg. Like you're tractioning that right foot forward, pushing the left heel down, pelvic floor, low belly active. There's a cobra action here. Chin is up. It's breathing into it. Full breath in. On the exhale, release the hands. Take it back to downward dog with that left leg up in the air. And lower it on down. Inhale forward to high push-up. Drop the knees if you like. Come down low push-up. Inhaling through cobra or up dog. Exhaling back, downward dog or child's pose. Pressing down through the heels if you're in downward dog, up through the bum. Head hangs between the arms. But finding a pause, like a rest here. If you're in child's pose, come on, meet us up in downward dog. Lift the right leg up nice and high. Bend it over the back of the body. Drop it on down, if you like, for either a wild thing pose, which left side body is in side plank, right leg is like a full wheel back bend leg, or both legs like full wheel back bend. Right arm stretching, opening up the front of the body. Wherever you are, just make your way to side plank. Holding steady. Feel free to bring that left knee down for support. Holding steady. Come on to high push-up. Take it on over. No, let's go downward dog first. Lifting that left leg up. Bend it over the back of the body. If you'd like, you can stay right there or drop it over for flip dog or wild thing. Just finding that nice front of the body stretch. Wherever you are, coming into side plank. That right knee can be down for support. The left arm can stretch up to the ceiling or bicep by the ear. And coming down through to low push-up. Inhaling through cobra or up dog. Let's all take a child's pose, just pressing it back. Feeling that opening in the back of the pelvis. Stretching the arms. You can get a little myofascial stretch for the armpit area if you let the forearms and the palms catch the stickiness of the mat as the weight of the body goes back, forehead goes down. 3 release breaths in through the nose, out, then open out. On your inhale, come on up, tabletop. Tuck your toes. See if you can do a jump to squat, tippy toe squat at the top of the mat. Squeeze the shins together, lift the pelvic floor, tone the low belly. Take your hip creases back and down. Create a little cat round. On top of that, create that big cobra action in the heart. If you push your fingers down into the floor, you'll feel the whole upper core ignite around the torso. Lift the chin, bring the arms up. Holding steady. Breathing into it. On the inhale, rise up, tippy toe stance. And release it down. Samastiti, hands to the heart. Turn and face the length of your mat in a wide straddle leg position. Take the hands to the hips. Keeping the pelvis, the side of your hip socket lined up with the ankle bones, take a forward fold. Coming on down. Grab the sides of the ankles or the big toes or tuck your fingers under the sides of the feet. However that works for you. You can also bring the forearms down to the floor. Just starting to open up the inner thighs. Traction the pinky sides of your feet in towards each other, like you're scooping the floor towards each other, and press the big toenail and inner heel straight down vertically into the earth. Lifting through the pelvic floor, toning through the low belly. Think cobra action in the heart. Bring the hands to the hips. On the inhale, sweep the torso up. Turn the right foot out for Parsva Konasana, bending the knee over the ankle. Take the arms out, warrior 2. The right forearm can either cross the thigh or come inside or outside the foot. Left arm sweeps forward. You can hold steady right here in Parsva, or take it into a bound Parsva. Just see how it's feeling. Maybe hooking the fingers. Wherever your arm and leg touch, give them a gentle press into each other. And really power up the back leg. Keep the lift of the pelvic floor, the toning of the low belly. There's a little action of cat round, a little action of cobra. If you're in the bind, unwind, coming back to just a Parsva Konasana. Push down for that right foot. On the inhale, come up to a reverse warrior. Straighten into the right leg. Get a nice stretch from the front of your right ankle bone all the way through that right side body, out to the side of the arm. Come back in, warrior 2. Pivot the right foot in. Jump your right foot to your left foot. Samastiti. Close the eyes and just be with that kinesthetic signature of energy pulsing through the body. Just let the mind observe the differences. That's what's going on in the body. Not comparing of better than, less than, just noticing, observing qualities of energy. And take a giant step to the right. Another straddle leg pose, turning the left foot out, bending into the knee. Coming down, Parsva Konasana. Maybe just a traditional Parsva, maybe binding it up, taking it under, hooking the fingers or grabbing the wrist. And then wherever your pose is, power up that back leg. Push down through the left heel. Create that lift of the pelvic floor, the tone of the low belly. There's a cat round and into that cobra action. We invite that little drunken cobra. We kind of turn that right shoulder head up and back. The arm and the leg press into each other. Just breathing into it. Feel all the little tiny openings that come with the breath. Unwind the bind, coming just to a nice Parsva. Powering up the legs on the inhale, come up through to reverse warrior. Straightening the left leg. Taking that nice stretch from the left ankle bone out through the left fingertips. On the inhale, come back, warrior two. Turn the left foot in. Jump your left foot to your right foot. Hands to the heart. Notice the energy. Just being with it. Notice how the breath starts to balance itself out. There's that physical vibration of energy from our movements. There's the prana, life force energy moving through the body. And in there, the subtler energy of your own spirit. Right, giant step to the left. All right, we'll go headstand here if you like. So coming down to a straddle leg forward fold. And feel free to come into dolphin pose, bringing the feet together down on the forearms. Maybe tripod headstand. Setting the hands up under the shoulders, the forehead comes down right before it turns into the top of your head. Lift the heels, maybe float the legs up. You can also go to a wall, do traditional elbow stand headstands. Dolphin pose, or even downward dog with one leg up, is doing the reverse flow of gravity through the psoas and the torso. If you're up in headstand, come on down, back straddle fold. Keeping the head low. If you're in dolphin or downward dog, you can meet us here in this straddle fold, down to the forearms. Let the head hang heavy. Keep the weight of the body forward into the ball of the feet as you press the heels down and tone the thighs. As you lift the pelvic floor and tone the low belly, you'll feel more activation in the leg muscles. It's the core drawing energy up from the legs into the focal point. Come on up to the palms. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale up. Step one foot to the other, coming to the top of the mat. Cross your right foot over your left foot. Bend the knees and just take a bit of a forward fold. I don't want to do too much countering for the IT bands yet, but we'll just add a tiny little counter pose. Breathing into it. Bend the knees, inhale, roll up. Taking it to the other side. Left foot crosses the right foot. Bend the knees to come down. Once you're in the forward fold, you can straighten the knees if you like, or just keep them bent. Just feel that nice light opening in the IT bands as it wraps around into the glutes. Bend the knees to come up, rolling it up. All right, take another wide straddle pose. Turn the right foot again. We'll go triangle pose now. Keep rocking your pelvis towards that right leg, really pushing the front heel down and lifting the quads up. Keep the hands on the hips. Just shift your rib cage without letting the pelvis rock back and side bend over the right leg. Now right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Keep rocking the pelvis to the right, sideways to the right. Power up the left thigh. Keep it powered up. If there's issues with the neck, you can just simply look down. All right, float the bottom arm straight out in front. Look at that right hand, bend into the knee. See if you can float to Ardha Chandrasana from here. Or reach the hands forward if you need the support or want the support. Pop it on up, Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe you have a block for your right hand, taking that left arm up. Holding steady. Power up the legs. Lift the pelvic floor. Tone the low belly. Maybe the arms are floating, holding steady. Bend into the right leg. Step the left foot back. Flip it into reverse warrior. Holding steady, breathing into it. Bringing the hands to the hips. Turn the right foot in, superhero pose. Breathing, just take a nice release breath. Second side, left foot turns out. Pelvis rocks to the left leg. Power up the left leg and the right leg. And just kind of side bend your body over that left leg. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, side bend. Each inhale, just lengthening the spine. Each exhale, side bending over that leg. So you can take your time coming into triangle pose. Some folks go right into it. They have this nice, beautiful, open connective tissue. Mine has to move through a little bit of scar tissue, a little bit of restricted, tight muscles. But eventually I get there, just focusing on the breath. Just taking it nice and slow. All right, look forward. The bottom arm comes up. Bend into the left leg. Root through the heel. Maybe the hands come down, maybe that right foot comes forward a bit. See about just floating into Ardha Chandrasana. Powering it up. It's working the core in some transitions. It's teaching the body. No big deal. Holding steady. Push out through the heels. Lift up through the pelvic floor. Tone through the low belly. And bend the standing leg. Tap that right leg back. Coming right into a reverse warrior. Bring the hands to the hips. Spin the left foot in. Superhero pose. Lifting up through the heart. Turn the heels in. Take a little cactus squat or goddess squat. Take the arms out, palms face forward, bend the elbows, elbows up as high as your shoulders. Push down through the heels and away from the midline. Lift the digits of the toes. Crunch the ball of the foot and heel towards each other. Maybe lift a heel. Maybe lift both heels. Maybe alternate back and forth. Let's see what feels nice. If there's cramping in the calves, you can keep the heels down. Just holding steady. Breathing into it. Release the heels, hands to the hips, rising up. With your toes out, like 30 degrees, pointing 30 degrees away from the midline, just start to kind of lunge in the legs back and forth. Maybe even the straight knee foot lifts up, coming back and forth. Little Spider-Man pose, maybe the arms come out. And we'll go. Trying to go nice and low, side to side. Feel free to bring the hands to the floor and the heel if you like. Ideally, we want to be leaving the heel down as we go side to side. But sometimes the knees and the ankles need a little bit of support. You can really kind of take on this spider gal, kind of a superhero energy. All right, the next time you feel like you've done both sides equally, come into a straddle fold, turn the toes to face the front plane of the body. Bring the hands to the hips. On the inhale, sweep the torso up. Just heel toe the feet together or step them together or a little Iyengar jump together. Hands to the heart, close the eyes. Just allow yourself to be with this pulsating energy, this life moving through you, moving with you, moving. Take the feet max distance apart. Bring the hands to the low back. Pelvis and the thigh bones forward. Imagine the hip creases going back and a cat round happening in your low back, even though we're working the opposite direction with the heart look up. You can take the hands down to the back of the hamstrings. Slowly standing upright with the heart lifting, heels rooting is enough here. But maybe you're getting a little bit more pliable. On the inhale, come on up. We're going to go inversions. L-shape handstands. And feel free to just come to downward dog. Before we go up against the wall, take the arms up overhead once again for tall mountain. Turn the palms to face the ceiling. Take your chin to your chest and draw your navel in. That's the position of the low back in handstand. So we just have to adjust the shoulder girdle. As the head comes up and the heart pushes up, push the palms up. Look up. Keep that cat round kind of active. As you draw this big cobra action, look up to your fingernails. And bring it on down. All right, so either L shape, maybe you're going to go in a downward dog with your feet up against the wall, lining the shoulders over so the wrist will slide under the shoulders. And you can come up into L shape. It really requires a lot in the core to help hold this up. Or you can take some pressure off and take the feet up higher up the wall. Or you can do kick-ups. You might be holding handstand in the middle of the room. Wherever you are with your handstand, go ahead up. And if you're coming up and down, it's taking you, but keep your head low. Once you're steady, take a look for your navel, pushing out through the heels. And then think, holding that navel in, the bottom of the rib cage tucking into the body. Think a little bit cobra action. Bringing your gaze in front of the line of your fingernails. Making your way down. As you come down, wherever you are coming down, keep the head low. Make your way to a child's pose with a 1 potato, 2 potato pillow, forehead resting on the top fist. Let the breath settle itself. On your inhale, round up to just a kneeling standing position. At 45 degrees to the right, lunge into it, come down the left hand. Kick the left heel to the butt, take the right arm back. You can add a big twist here, taking that right hand back, or keep the heart facing the ceiling, depending on how you're feeling in your low back. You can also add to the groin stretch, coming down onto the forearm, and then opening up a twist here. The chin lifts. There is this cat round action, and you traction the back knee and the front foot towards each other, and then you add that cobra action. Look over the right shoulder for the twist. And release the back foot, come up onto the palms. Keep your back knee down. Turn your right foot, just turn it in a bit and take your right arm underneath and lean back into it. You're just leaning into that left foot. We're just lifting up the right leg. So it's just a little modified half Titivasan. Maybe that left arm goes up. You can point the toes. Just getting ready for a full pose. Bring it on down and out to downward dog. Lift that right leg up, bend it over the back of the body. Look over the left shoulder. And bring it on back down. Come up, back up, thunderbolt. Leaning to the right, the left foot steps forward. Spin it 45 degrees, lunge into it. Right hand down, kick the right heel back to the butt. Left arm goes back. Heart either faces the floor or twists open. And then if you like, you can add the groin stretch coming down onto the floor. Opening the left arm rolls up and back. It's rolling back to the right, like you would for that drunken cobra. Release the back leg, come up onto the palms, turn your left foot to face in a bit. The right arm is going to go under and lean kind of back into it. So your hamstrings rest on the back of your arm. That left leg can come up. The right knee is just down. The arm can go up, pointing the left toes, or flex the foot. That's all. Getting the legs ready. And release it on down. Take it up and back, downward dog with the left leg up in the air. Bend it over the back of the body. And bring it on back down to the knees. I have one more little funky little thing to do. You may want to have a block or a chair close by, something. You may or may not need it. I probably do, but come up to a kneeling standing position. Right foot out to the side. And then using support, maybe on that left leg. You can try it without it first. Grab the pinky side of your right foot. Sit back. Take the left hip crease back. And just work on getting that leg off the floor. And then we're going to... There can be some friend props in the room. Once you have the leg up, really lift the pelvic floor, tone the lower belly, pull the foot and hand into each other. If you push that left hand down into the block, you'll feel the core ignite on the left. Lift up. Maybe that left arm, I see some of you already have that left arm up. Feel free to fall out and come back in. It's not easy. So much easier to do this standing. But the drishti spot, if the gaze is drifting all over the place, it's really hard. Gazing up either to the ceiling, finding that drishti spot. All right, jump switch. Just kidding, come on down. Take it, lift that left leg up. Keep the left leg straight, just push out through the heel. And bring it back down for the second side. Coming up, kneeling, standing. Block goes over to the right. Left foot goes forward. Just coming down, just grabbing the foot. Sitting back towards the right heel as you come up. Extending the leg. Maybe this side feels a little bit more powerful to you, or maybe the other side was. Just finding the drishti spot. Connecting the breath. Lifting the pelvic floor, toning the low belly. That's the bottom of the core. And then lifting up that cobra action, the back body contracts, starts to support the pose. Then just finding, I bet we can get this in a couple weeks. We'll all be holding steady. It's whenever we invite something new in. It takes a while to really let it settle in the body. All right, come on down and out. Downward dog, right leg up. Take the right leg way up and bring it on down. All right, look forward, bend the knees. On your inhale, walk, step, or jump it forward. On the exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Up center, exhale, hands to the heart. So before we go Titi-Basan, we'll open up the legs a bit more in dancing Shiva. So maybe you would like that block in front for lowering the hand and dancing Shiva. All right, power it up to Tadasana. Powering up the right leg, kick the left heel to the butt. Grab either the outside or inside, and then bring your knees together. Lift the pelvic floor. Really power up that right leg as you tone the low belly. Think cat round, then cobra action. Right arm goes up. Start to take, keeping like a tall Tadasana body. Send the left thigh bone back. Look up. Then start to hinge at the waist. Taking it, dancing Shiva, the gaze can go to the floor. And you can just hold steady here. Feel free to be at the wall. Or maybe your right hand goes to the back of the chair or the couch or the wall. Maybe coming down to the floor. Just breathing into it. Taking it where the pose is most beneficial for you. On the next inhale, start to work your way up. Coming back, tall mountain. Reaching the arms up overhead, lengthening up. Finding the weight in that left foot, kick the right heel back, grab the foot, bring the heel to the tush, hand can go inside or outside. Line the knees up. Power up the Tadasana side, the tall mountain side. Look up, lift right up, press the heel down, and then send that right thigh bone back. Once the thigh bone's back as far as it's going to go, start to hinge, creating a bow with your body, a little back bend still, just hinging. Maybe that left hand comes down towards the floor. Maybe you're just holding steady. Very nice. On the inhale, start to make your way up. Releasing the right leg. Taking the arms up overhead. Bring it on down, Samastiti. Us being with the energy of the pose, of your movement so far. Let the breath settle. All right, take the feet max distance apart. And if you have some blocks, you can go TT Basan from sitting on a block. Sometimes it's just helpful to get the weight of the legs on the back of the arms. All right, so heels, your toes should be off the mat a bit, heels down, and then coming into a squat. You can also turn the length of your mat. And then setting the hands down like a frog squat. Maybe one arm will go back at a time. Fingertips face forward. The fingertips go behind the line of the heel, and then just nestle one leg on the back of the triceps. And then maybe that other arm will go back. And you're sitting on the back of your elbows and back of the upper arm bones, lifting out through the legs, lift up through the heart. There's definitely a cat round here in the back, so ignite a cobra action in the heart. Just holding steady. Some of you are taking the toes kind of behind you towards that crow. You can shoot it back to a little push-up from there. Or just come back into that frog squat. If you're in the frog squat, come on up, 5-pointed star. Stretching the arms out. If you've done a shoot back to low push-up, lay on your belly. Do a little shake. We're all going to come down and meet you there anyway. All right, parallel the feet. Take a forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees a bit. Jump it on back. Maybe to high push-up or some type of form of safe landing on the legs. And come all the way down to the belly. Make a little pillow. Rest the forehead. Give your pelvis a little etch-a-sketch shake. Kick the heels to the bum. Reach back, grabbing the top of the feet or the ankles. If you have the ankles, the knees and feet can come together. Flex the feet. If you have the top of the feet, the legs can be wide. On your inhale, kick up to bow. We're just evening out from those dancing shivas, just evening out the contraction of the back muscles, opening up the front of the body, evening out the psoas. Push out through the heels, lift up through the heart. Kick your legs back and down as you pull your arms forward and up. Lifting the chin, see if you can use the torso muscles to come more forward on the rib cage, just a little bit, and release all the way down. Line the hands to frame the heart, tuck the toes. Take it all the way up through to a downward dog. Take it down, wide knee, child's pose. Just resting into the back. Breathing into the back body. On your inhale, come on up, tabletop. Since we have the back kind of open and the legs nice and open, we can go to Chapi Ardha Chandrasana. You may need the block at the top of the mat. First, we'll just set up how the body should be. Coming tabletop. Take your left leg out to fire hydrant. Swivel it around to the back. Take the left hand to the left hip. And then just check out the hip, the knee, and the ankle are all in the same plane. Reach back for the left ankle or foot and take a sideways bow. So that's what the left side body will look like for Chapi Ardha Chandrasana. And we'll bring it on and go right on over to the other side, just getting it on ready. First fire hydrant, swiveling the leg back, right hand to the hip, grabbing the foot, taking that side bow. And releasing it on down. Take it up, downward dog. Pressing the heels down, the butt up. Let the downward dog kind of be a resetting of the sacral area. Look forward. Step your right foot forward. Pop it up for Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe finding that left leg up, toes point out, left knee points out, opening up the chest to the left, left arm goes up. Bring your left leg forward for fire hydrant, right where the knee, the ankle, and the hip are, or where it goes for the swivel it around. The left hand grabs the ankle. Power up this, push down through the standing leg. Feel all four corners of the right foot root, the right thigh activates as the heel pushes down, the hamstrings ignite, as the lift of the pelvic floor happens and the low belly tones, you get more of a back bend. Maybe that right hand can come up and tap the left heel. Maybe it will go forward or just come to your heart. It's holding steady, finding all those different tensegrities, balancing the pose. All right, release the left leg. Bring the hands down, keep the left leg up in the air. Just take it to a standing stick. And float the left leg down. Right. Step the right leg back. Come up just for crescent lunge, just to kind of balance it out, and then bringing the hands forward, floating it up, Ardha Chandrasana, right leg goes out, floating it up. Finding the balance, maybe the left hand grabs hold of that block. Bring the right knee out to fire hydrant. Take a look at the knee, the ankle, and the hip. Swivel it around and back. Right hand lands on maybe just that side of the thigh, the IT band, or maybe it grabs the foot or the ankle. Knee, ankle, and hip still in the same plane, creating a bit of a back bend, sideways bow. Power up that left leg. Lift the pelvic floor, tone the low belly. Feel a cat round cobra action meeting equally, so the whole core is ignited. Maybe that left hand floats forward, maybe it goes to the heart, maybe the left hand can tap the right heel. Just finding a balancing place for you in the pose, maybe with the support of the left hand. Keep your drishti spot nice and steady. Release the right leg. Bring the hands to the floor. Sweep the right leg way up for a standing stick. Bowing over that left leg. Float the right leg on down. Step the left leg way back. Sweep up for a crescent lunge. On the exhale, bring it on down. Take it to high push-up. And coming on down. Low push-up. Inhaling cobra or up dog. Exhale on back, wide knee child's pose. Breathing into the back of the body. On your inhale, rolling up to a kneeling seated position. Take the heels wide so the bum can sit right between the heels. You're going reclining hero pose. Keep the knees together, toes go down. If you're going reclining hero, you can just go right on down. You don't have to wait for my instruction. But maybe you want to sit on a block to be kinder to the knees and just stretch the arms back. Keep the pelvic floor lifting, low belly tone. The cat round and the cobra action is just a way of saying keep the torso in a Tadasana alignment. Maybe the block goes between the shoulder blades. The arms can go out. Even though it's igniting a back bend here, we want to be kind of resisting the back bend. We're all the way down on the back. You can stretch the arms up overhead, grab opposite elbows. If you've got opposite elbows, push the elbows and the fingers a bit into each other. Keep trying to pull the navel down towards the back of the body. Pushing the back of the shoulder down. Pushing the hip creases up and the knees down, toenails down. If you're a full wheel back bender here, you can set the hands along the sides of the ears and press up full wheel, like a full wheel back bend, like going towards full pigeon pose. But honoring the body, just being where it works for you. Just a few more breath cycles. On the next inhale, start to make your way coming up, bringing the hands forward and stepping back to downward dog, pedaling out the feet. Press both heels down, the bum up, pull the navel in, lift the heart forward. Lift the chin forward just for a second. Use your hands and feet to lengthen the mat. Hands push down and forward. Balls of the feet push down and back. Tone the thighs. Lift the pelvic floor. Think cat round cobra action, and then let the head go between the arms. Lift the right leg up nice and high. Bring the right knee forward for a pigeon prep. And however that works for you, maybe that right lower leg goes parallel for you. Scissor the knees together, lift the pelvic floor, tone the low belly, come down onto the forearms. Just building some power in the legs, really squeezing the knees together, lifting the pelvic floor, clipping the back toenails down, or if the toes are tough, pressing down through all 5 toes. The knee pushes forward as the toes drive back. The toes pointed, it's a bit easier. Clip the toenails down, drive the knee forward. All right, come on up onto the palms, drop down onto the right butt. So this requires lots of instruction. Kick your right leg out to the left, like you were going to go for St. Bridget's Cross. And that's an option here if you like that pose. You can left arm forward, right arm out. Or bring that left foot forward of the right leg and scooch the heel towards the top of the thigh. Come down onto your right forearm. It's going to be wherever you feel it can add to the lift up. Reach your left hand, grab the pinky side of your right foot and lift it up. And then create a tension between the hand and the foot. Lift the pelvic floor, tone the lower belly, get a cat round, and then lean into that right arm. Use your leg to push down and use your arm to lift up. That tensegrity, as you push down through the left foot, you can lift yourself up for baby grasshopper. Just breathing into it. I know some of you folks have both hands on that right leg. I have no idea how you make that happen, but I am in deep admiration of it. All right, and release on down. If you're in St. Bridget's Cross, come on up, meet us here with the palms up. The left leg goes back. Swivel the right leg underneath. Tuck the toes, take it up and back, downward dog. Pressing heels down, bum up. Hands push down and forward. Ball of the feet pushes down and back. Pelvic floor lifts, low belly holds, head hangs between the ribs. Lift the left leg up. Bring that knee forward for a pigeon prep. The right leg goes back and then squeeze the knees together. Get a big cat round as you come down. As you're coming down, there's a cobra action that opens up. Coming down to the forearms, just powering up the legs, just resetting some of the hip socket muscles, the outer pelvic muscles with the legs and the torso. Clipping the toenails down or tucking the toes under, however it feels best for you. If the toes tuck under, that the toes and the heel push back, but the knee drives forward. All right, come up onto the palms. Fall back out onto that left side, and then the left leg kicks over to the right. You can go on down for that St. Bridget's Cross if you like, or bring that right foot forward of the left leg, slide the heel up the sides of the front of the thigh, come down onto the left forearm. See where you can kind of bear weight most evenly into that left forearm. Reach for the left foot with the right hand and pick the whole leg up. Push the hand and foot into each other. Lift the pelvic floor, tone the low belly, create a cobra action, lean into that left forearm, push down to the right foot, and pick it on up. Baby grasshopper. Just holding into it. The ankle and the thigh, gently push into each other. You may have to bring that left arm forward a bit more. Just holding steady. And releasing it on down. Coming up onto the palms. Taking that right leg back. Swiveling over to the belly. Pressing up and back, downward dog. Pressing the heels down, butt up. Power of the pose. Just a little Rajasic pause. Bring the knees on down and make your way to laying on your back. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees fall out. Arms along the sides of the body. Pressing the pinky sides of your feet together. Lift the pelvis up. If there's any pain whatsoever, come right down. Pressing down through the back of the arms. And release it on down. Bring the knees together. Separate your feet a little bit wider than your own pelvis. Turn the toes in. If you push down through the back of the arms, you can kind of traction the rib cage a bit away from the sacral bone, giving the lumbar vertebra a little bit of traction. And just softening into the arms. Just feeling the energy softening in the inner thighs, the hip creases, the groin area, the low belly. Stretch your legs out long. Bring the legs together, point the toes, pull the belly in. Bring the arms up in front of the heart, palms together, cross the thumbs. Take the arms up overhead just as far as is comfortable for the shoulders. Stretch through the toes and the fingertips. Pull the belly in. Flex the feet, push out through the heels, pull the belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Press through the fingertips. And bring the hands back towards the heart. Bend the knees, set the feet. Bring the arms along the sides. Bring the shoulder blades together and lift the pelvis up. So we can go just Dvipada Padasana, just pelvis halfway up, give it a little sway side to side. You can grab a block for a little restorative bridge pose here. Or press the pelvis up for an active bridge pose, just feeling the back body really contract, supporting the weight of the torso into gravity. Press down through the back of the arms, press down through the feet. Let the hip creases soften. Traction the shins together. As you lift the hip bones up and push the heels down, squeeze the legs, the shins together, you'll feel thigh muscle energy activate. And bring it all the way down. Extend the left leg straight out onto the mat. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Grab hold of the knee and just gently pull it towards the right shoulder. Point the left toes. That's a little conditioning for the psoas muscle. Keep pointing the left toes. You can take the left hand down towards the front of the right ankle. Take the leg out to the side a bit and give it a pull, like you're trying to pull your left ankle towards the navel and the right knee towards the floor on the side of the shoulder, just getting that iliacus muscle attachment. And bring it back center. Kick the right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Point the toes, power up both legs, and lower the right leg to the floor. Once the leg hits the floor, push it down into the floor. Inhale the left knee in. Interlacing the hands around the front of the knee, just gently draw it towards the shoulder, pointing through the right leg, the right toes. Really power up that right leg. Keep the right leg active. Bring the right hand to the front of the left ankle. Draw the ankle a bit towards the navel as the left knee drops off towards the side and gently pulling out. Push out through that right toes. The chin is coming a bit towards the chest, keeping the neckline nice and safe. Breathing into that right side. Relax into it. Extend the left leg up straight. Power up the legs again. Pull the belly in and lower the left leg. Once the leg hits the floor, relax into it. Just feeling the energy pulsating through the legs. Noticing if it's tingling, or buzzing, or a temperature. Bend the knees, set the feet on the floor. Take the tush to the right. Take the left foot over to meet the right foot. Cross the right leg over the left leg, and maybe even tuck your toes like eagle legs and let the knees go over to the left. Just see how that feels. The arms can go out to a cactus or a T, or you can take one hand on the side of the hip, one hand on the side of the rib cage. Give it just a gentle little myofascial stretch, just ever so gently. And see what feels easier to give a little stretch. Right hand on the hip, left hand on the rib cage, or vice versa. You can also just lay your hands on your belly, the side of the belly, and just do a little energy pouring from your own heart out through the arms, down into the torso. A little self-love. And of course, you can kind of morph into any twist that works better for your body. On your next inhale, make your way up and out, unwinding the legs if they're in those eagle legs. Take the tush to the left, feet to the left, left leg crosses over the right leg. Maybe there's those eagle legs, knees go to the right, or maybe you're just taking a twist, you were into the other side. The arms go out to the T or to the cactus, or they're going to do a little bit of work. Just ever so gently, a little myofascial stretch. Natural rhythm. On the next inhale, make your way up to center, unwinding the legs. Bringing the pelvis center. Bring the knees to the chest, hands to the knees. Let the body just surrender into gravity with your hands on the knees, and just see how the arms will start to work. You just hold the knees, breathing into the back of the body, noticing the energy, feeling it. See if any little organic movements just spontaneously start to happen. Maybe there's just a couple little micro movements that you know your body needs before coming into Shavasana. You can also line yourself up so your knees can be hiked up over the couch or legs up a wall. Your way to Shavasana. And just connecting with the pause at the bottom of your exhale. So noticing the inhale and how it kind of feels like it fills up the body. And then really extend the pause about 3 to 6 seconds. Then the inhale comes in. Bypass the pause at the top of the inhale. Go right to the exhale, following it down, as if each inhale expands the heart open. And each exhale, you're following into the deep inner sanctum of your own heart. Pausing to notice it. Inhaling to broaden and expand it. It opens up like this big, broad ocean. And each exhale, diving deeper into it. Pausing to notice the quality, energy, nations, flickerings. Maybe the pause can be extended to 10 seconds. So something where you can noticeably explore, but not holding the breath to a place of discomfort. Just allowing the inhale to expand you into this space. Exhale, dive. Staying with this energy of the inner sanctum, feeling the expansiveness of your own being. The infinite depth. Start connecting with the pause at the top of your inhale, as if each inhale draws you up out of the depth, the inner sanctum of your own heart. And each exhale sends that energy out around the body. Each inhale bringing that divine energy of your own being up, exhaling it out all around you. Each inhale bringing you closer to the surface of the body, feeling the atmosphere around the skin. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Still aware that you're much more than the body. Just directing the mind to the body. Breathing out of that wave state into the particle state. On the inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling or the sky, and maybe back behind you. Really like you're fitting yourself into the body with a nice little morning stretch. Each inhale directs the mind more to the particle state, remembering its ability to expand, deepen. It's feeling the connection of the back of the body to the floor. Toning the legs a bit. On an inhale, bring the knees towards the chest. Take it over to a fetal position. Just surrendering the energy of the body into gravity. Surrendering the energy of heart and mind into that infinite aspect of your being. Just feeling some power in whatever hand has landed on top. On an inhale, come on up to a comfortable seated position facing the front of the mat. Bringing the hands once again together in front of the heart, connecting with your intention if you set one. You're offering a blessing if you made one. Our community offering, a oneness blessing across the planet. Inhale, filling the heart. Exhale, gently pull forward, sealing in your practice. Inhaling to come up. The hands rest on the knees, palms up. The index finger comes into the thumb, or any mudra you'd like. And I'll just kind of hit the Om through the singing bowl. Feel free to chime in with it if you like. Namaste.